Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue our FL Studio series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com/FL Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make unique melodies in FL Studio. Firstly, we're going to start with Omnisphere to show you what melodies could sound like. Then we're going to go back and use some stock plugins in FL Studio. There's a major difference between plugins and the sound quality. I just don't have time to explain right now. Firstly, let's right-click, go into the piano roll, and let's begin to make some melodies. So firstly, if you struggle with melodies, let's go to what's called the Snap to Scale feature. This is a new feature in FL Studio. Right-click, and then right-click on Snap to Scale. We're also going to go down to choose the scale type. So let's say you want to write in the major scale or the minor scale. Let's write in a major scale, and we're going to right-click, and then we can right-click the key. So in this case, the root note of your scale. Let's right-click on B. So now B, we can start at B to start creating our melody. And all we wanted to do is add. Now, if you struggle with melodies, let's pull this down an octave. If you struggle with melody, try starting at the root note and skipping the next note in the scale. So the next note would be C sharp. Let's skip that and go to D sharp instead. And skip this next note. Okay, so that sounds simple, but most people don't understand that most melody comes from harmony. This is technically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's technically a major chord. Okay, so it sounds simple, but we're going to organize this in a second. Now, from this point, you're going, what do I do next? You have to listen to your brain tell you where to move. My ear hears that. Okay, so what we could do is copy this, hit shift. Now with the snap to scale in motion, you could hit shift up or down and it will try out different chords. This next chord down looks like a diminished 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will sound weird. But let's copy this over, hit shift down. This is a minor chord. So you could try out different chord types without knowing a bunch of music theory with the snap to scale on. Now, the next step is to mess with velocity. A lot of people don't realize velocity is a key indicator to show us what's human and what's not. Okay, so we could let this last chord ring out. Okay, so let me show you some new tools. If you go to Tools, you can go to the new Humanize script, and this will add nice little touches to make your melody sound more human-like. Now for that last note, we're just going to play the same note twice. Okay, so now let's change the key. Let's right-click. Let's go to a minor scale this time, and let's try G minor. This is going to sound a little bit darker, but let's hit shift up. We could transpose the chords. To control down. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to use half steps instead of that Y jump that we had before. So now we have more of a Juice WRLD type vibe. And we're locked into G minor. Now, what you could also do is change your root note. So a lot of people don't realize bass dictates how we perceive harmony as well. So we can move that bass note. Okay, so now the melody's starting to evolve with these small little touches, how we transpose from a major to a minor using the snap to scale. And now you can see the melody, it sounds way better. That's because we're used to minor scales in the West. Let's clone this pattern. And let's go to pattern 2. So now let's take this a little bit further. Now with guitar, let's actually, before we take that further, let's go to what most people would do is write in flex. So we're using the same velocity, the same notes, the same, everything. And now we're going to load up Flex. So we're going to go to the Essential Guitars and load up their nylon guitar, just to show you the difference in FL stock stuff versus third-party stuff. A lot of people are trying to make FL stock stuff sound good, and it eats up so much time. It's just better to buy the plugins that have the right sound. Now this sounds cool for this vibe. So that worked. Usually FL Studio stock sounds aren't this good. Now that one has a super vibe. It was almost built for this. Let's switch out the Omnisphere preset, see if we get a vibe. So this even has a strum built in. Now it's a little too complicated. All right, I thought one of these had reverb on it. So this is a very good comparison here. Has that deep reverb. So see how the reverb is the sound? It's not just the notes. So now we're creating what's called vibe when you start adding effects. So let's take this vibe even deeper. Let's go to our mixer and let's start adding these sounds to a general melody group. Okay, so this is how you get a little more unique. Now, every melody does not require what I'm about to do, so I want a disclaimer start there. We're gonna hit Control, highlight these tracks, right-click, route to this track only. And now we could do different stuff like glitch it. We could add halftime. Let's add some halftime. Now, because we're so low frequency, it's gonna sound even darker with halftime. So what you could do is blend in the halftime. Or what we could do is layer these. I'm gonna actually use just the flex. And we can right click and transpose the notes plus 12 semitones. So now when it goes into halftime, it won't be so dark. Now we can blend the wet level here, the mix level. And the halftime just adds a lower layer. I feel like that's all the melody needs. If you go beyond that point, you're just gonna be overkilling it. So those are the basics on how to make unique melodies in FL Studio. It's pretty simple once you understand what to do, what to look for, and how to think. The snap to scale is pretty huge, so is the humanized tool. If you want to learn more about FL Studio, go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio, and I'll guide you step by step through these things of how to make beats, how to use FL Studio to its maximum ability. So go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. Subscribe and like the video if you're new. Peace.